In today's video, we'll be exploring 10 of the biggest religious hoaxes that fooled everyone. Alright, so we all know that religion is based on faith, even in things that may seem impossible or inexplicable. Now, unfortunately, it seems that as long as people continue to believe in miracles and divine revelation, there will always be those who seek to exploit it. Welcome back to FTD Facts. I'm Sarah Carvalho, and today we'll be exploring 10 of the biggest religious hoaxes that fooled everyone. Starting off at number 10, we have the Book of Veles. The Book of Veles is an enigma. The work consists of 42 birchwood planks with inscriptions in a mysterious language dubbed Proto-Slavic. The book is dedicated to Veles, the Slavic god of agriculture and cattle. It goes into great detail about the ancient pantheon, rituals, and astronomy, and was said to be a chronicle of the Slavic people, tracing their journey from a mysterious homeland in the east into the Carpathian Mountains. Many scholars consider the work to be a forgery. They argue that Proto-Slavic is not a language, but rather a mishmash of modern tongues with many erroneous and invented forms and no regard for grammar or punctuation. Up next, we have the Madonna of Civitavecchia. Some 7 kilometers north of Civitavecchia, Italy, is an armored shrine containing a figure of the Virgin of Medjugorje, who was said to have wept blood on February 2nd, 1995. Now, a CT scan ordered by a local judge revealed no hidden mechanisms in the statue. However, a DNA analysis showed the tears to be male human blood. Some claimed this was proof that the occurrence was a hoax. Others claimed the tears were the blood of Jesus Christ. Now, it's no surprise, though, that the men of the family who were in possession of the figure when it was said to have wept blood all refused to submit DNA analysis to compare their profile with that of the blood that cried out of the statue. All right, and our next suspicious religious hoax, the letter of Prester John. In 1165 AD, a mysterious letter arrived in Constantinople. The letter came from Prester John, an enigmatic Christian ruler of an earthly paradise somewhere to the east, but no one really knew where. Prester John was a medieval urban legend believed to have been descended from one of the 3 magi. In 1177, Pope Alexander sent his personal envoy to deliver a return letter. The Portuguese launched missions around Africa in search of Prester John's paradise. Of course, they found nothing. Prester John and his kingdom were then determined to be a hoax. Up at number 7, we have the Salamander letter. Now, Mark Hoffman is one of the most talented forgers in U.S. history. By 1987, the 32-year-old had fooled the Mormon hierarchy, dozens of document collectors, and the FBI's top forgery experts. Hoffman's most notorious forgery was the Salamander letter. The document was supposedly written in 1830 by Martin Harris, a witness to the Golden Plates of Mormon. Addressed to newspaper reporter W.W. Phelps, the note described Joseph Smith's involvement in money digging and magic. It even suggested that the Book of Mormon was not divinely inspired. In 1988, Hoffman was actually sentenced to life in prison for ending the lives of 2 former friends because they had threatened to expose his forgeries. And many of us have heard of Noah's Ark. Well, in 2009, a research team announced that they had found the resting place of Noah's Ark 4,000 meters atop Turkey's Mount Ararat. The team claimed that they discovered wooden beams and compartments which would have housed animals. Now, 2 archaeologists investigated their find and concluded that it was in fact a hoax. Cornell University archaeologist Peter Ian Cunningham claimed there wasn't enough water in the world to get the ark to its alleged elevation. Furthermore, there were cobwebs on the beams, which would have been impossible at that altitude. They eventually discovered that Kurdish guides had planted the beams in the cave in order to fool and extort evangelical Christians. All right, up at number 5, in the halfway point in our video, we have the boy who came back from heaven. But did he really? Well, when he was 6, Alex Malarkey suffered a horrible car accident that put him into a coma and left him paralyzed. Now, during the experience, Alex claims he went to heaven. With his father, Kevin Malarkey, Alex actually wrote a book about the experience of going to heaven, and the book became a bestseller. 5 years later, though, Alex claimed the whole thing was made up for attention. Now, interestingly to me, Alex never received any money from book sales, as his father was the one who made the deal with book publishers. So he made all the money. Kind of suspicious to me. Up at number 4, we have the Letter of BENAN. The Letter of BENAN first appeared in Germany in 1910. The work was said to be a translation of a 5th century Coptic papyrus detailing the recollections of an Egyptian physician named Benan. Apparently, Benan spent his youth studying alongside Jesus with rabbis and Egyptian doctors, including the therapeutic mystic healers. Later, Benan seeks out Jesus, witnesses the crucifixion and resurrection, and tells the tale to the women who visit the tomb before spreading the good news to Europe. Berlin-based scholar Carl Schmidt revealed the work to be a hoax, as the publisher of the letter, Ernst Edler von der Planitz, wasn't a religious scholar or an archaeologist, nor could he produce the original papyrus that he had apparently translated. He was best known, in fact, as a novelist with a penchant for Egyptian romances and conspiracy theories. So the more obvious truth is that he made the whole thing up. Now, have you ever heard of something called the Decalogue stone? Well, in 1860, David Weirich made an unusual discovery while digging around a Native American mound in Ohio. He unearthed a black stone containing a depiction of Moses and the 10 Commandments in ancient Hebrew. Known as the Decalogue stone, the artifact was dated to the Second Temple period. Months before, Weirich had unearthed another stone containing ancient Hebrew inscriptions called the Keystone. Most consider these stones a hoax, believing that Weirich planted them in an attempt to prove that ancient Israelites had settled the U.S. Midwest. Now, the greatest proof against Weirich's claim is that the text on the artifact is written in post-exilic Hebrew script. A lost tribe would have actually used pre-exilic style, making both stones a hoax. Okay, this next one is kind of strange. We have the holy foreskin. The medieval church cherished relics, particularly those that Jesus touched or used during his lifetime. And one of these was the holy foreskin, the most prized and contentious possession they had. Now, around 800 AD, Charlemagne presented the Praepetitio Domini to Pope Leo III, claiming it came from an angel. Within a few decades, there were suddenly 12 other holy foreskins in circulation, each owner pleading with the Vatican to authenticate theirs. Now, the Catholic Church eventually got fed up of this and all of these claims and declared that all holy foreskins would be determined to be frauds. All right, and up at number 1 today, we have the Hindu milk miracle. In 1995, a rumor spread that statues of Ganesh were consuming milk. Hindus around the globe rushed to temples to offer the god of learning dairy appeasements. Many were convinced that it was the real thing. Others were sure that it was the work of an infamous guru named Chandraswami. Within 24 hours, the miracle suddenly ceased. Well, members of the Indian Rationalist Association quickly proved that basic physics could explain the miracle. The society's president demonstrated how any liquid could be made to rise into the porous ceramic statues through capillary attraction, and the hoax ended abruptly. All right, friends, that brings us to the end of today's video on 10 biggest religious hoaxes that fooled everyone, or at least most people of their time. Now, let me know in the comments below, which of these religious hoaxes do you think was the most extreme and unbelievable? As always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you right back here next time for more facts. See ya!